John is in New York. Hey, John, welcome to the show. How can I help?
Hello, how are you?
Better than I deserve, man. What's up?
All right, my name's John. I run a family-run window cleaning company doing residential and commercial window cleaning. I got 4 full-time employees and 2 are part-time. One's my son and one's my wife. And last year our revenue was at $500,000.
Good for you.
So my question is, because my wife is very involved in the business, between administration, payroll, she'll even sling a squeegee when an employee calls in. And,
wow.
She'll jump right in there.
What a woman.
She is. She's been on the ride for 20 years, and I couldn't have done it without her. So my question is, because she's so involved in the business, in case of a situation with an untimely passing of myself, financially we have things situated, but legally, if I was to pass, what would the best way be to have her take the reins of the business for the smoothest transition, whether she wants to continue to run the business or run it and then eventually sell it, being that we've invested so much over the past, 20 years? Is that illegal? Would that be covered by a will, or do you feel the LLC would have to be modified to be effective for that?
Does the LLC have her name on it?
Well, recently I did her as a 10% owner, and I'm a 90% owner. And basically it stated that in my passing, my shares would all go to her.
Okay, in the minutes with the LLC?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And your will would actually need to mirror that and say the same thing, and then that's what will happen. She'll become the owner.
So my will just currently states, I verified with my attorney that it says any and all my assets will be transferred to her.
That would be your 90% interest in the LLC, so it would mirror then if you predecease her, that's what happens. And then what happens if both of you go in a car wreck? What happens then? It goes to your son?
I never thought about that.
Well, the will should deal with that.
He's 18 and he's a computer guy. So although he loves working, I don't necessarily think it would be his cup of tea. Mm-hmm. I am trying to be very intentional with my hires to possibly try and have somebody in the wings who might have the potential to take the reins in that case. So
long-term, you think he'll have a different career and you will have an employee rise up and buy it from you?
Yeah, eventually that would be the hope. I did do pressure washing for years, and I sold the pressure washing side of the business, mm-hmm. Which was pretty lucrative 2 years ago, and mm-hmm. now I'm solely window cleaning. Mm-hmm. But definitely would love to capitalize on, the investment over the years. Mm-hmm. So that's obviously something I didn't really think about, for the kids to actually benefit as well.
Yeah, I mean, if, you could just direct in the case. Basically, your wife and you need wills, and when you put together a will, one way to do it is what we call a mirror image will. And that would mm-hmm. be like your wife's will and your will are just alike, only they switch names out. Okay? So meaning that if you die, everything goes to her. If she dies, everything goes to you. If you both die, the same thing happens with whatever you're going to do. Like we're going to leave it all to the kids in trust to be sold, or we're going to do whatever. The business is to be liquidated. This is piece of real estate to be done that. But the event both of us die, so both wills read exactly the same if both of you die. You follow me?
Okay.
And then your will says it all goes to her. Her will says it all goes to you, right? And so that's called a mirror image will. It's very inexpensive to build out unless you put some complicated trust or something in it, which you may need to do with the business. I don't know. But you just need to direct what happens to the business if both of you are in a car wreck, both of you are in an airplane, whatever the scenario is, both of you are in front of the milk truck. I don't know, whatever it is, right? But and that's how mine is built with my wife as well. And so, yeah, you need to think that through. And then she becomes the owner. Then the second part of the equation, once you've got the will and you've already done the LLC laid out, is make sure she's on the bank accounts, personal and business. So she's not locked out of the bank until there's a judge ruling or something on the estate. So she's got full signature privileges so she can continue to operate. Then the third piece is for you to sit down with her and write out and type it out and put it in the file with the will, detailed instructions of the easiest way for her to do this, 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 and this. Here's what I would do if I were you. In the event of my death, I would do this, 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 and this, and I would get rid of that piece of equipment, and I would carve off only this cream part of the business, and I'd stop doing the other part, and I'd just take this high profit area and just run it, or I'd run the whole thing exactly, and I'd count on George to be my manager, and I'd just give her instructions of how she's going to do this. Exactly, because she's only run part of the operations side. She's not run the out front with the customer side. She's not run the production side. She's seen it done, but doing it, and leave at least a one-page detailed thing, okay, of exactly what to do, and that really is a gift to her. That's you saying I love you.
Yeah, I've just seen situations where, unexpected, heart attack or things like that, and have, seen businesses with, lots of assets in the value and their customers.
I have too. I've seen a bunch of them go sideways. Yeah. I mean, it's like none of us think we're going to die. It's not really unexpected. I mean, we're going to die. It's just a matter of when, I mean, what catches you off guard is the when or the how, I mean, so I laid out mine years ago, and we update it once a year. We go over it with the whole family and all the leadership team. We have I call it the Monty Python meeting once a year. We get everybody together and go over, if Dave dies this year, what do we do? And it's Monty Python because I'm feeling much better. It's just a flesh wound, and so, and we just laugh about it because I'm sitting there in the room. We're talking about me being dead. What do we do with what do we do with this? What do we do with that? What do we do with that? And here's how this is going to go. And this is how this pool of money is going to be going that way. And this is what's going to happen to that piece of real estate. And everybody knows what everybody knows. And then nobody's feelings are hurt. Nobody wondered what Dave intended. It's all written out in a will. It's all written out in a series of estate plans and trusts and so forth. But even then, we review it once a year and update the nuanced things for that calendar year, or for that 12-month period of time. And so you're very smart to think about this, John. Very smart. And thanks for calling in. We appreciate you being part of the show. That's wise. All you small business guys need to plan for your retirement, and you need to plan for your death. Both are going to occur. Hello? You're not getting out of this alive. I've done detailed research. 100% of us are going to die. This is the EntreLeadership Podcast.